Hey everyone, it's Fitz with the Walk and Talk after Kansas State loses to Baylor 75-60 on Wednesday night here at Bramlage Coliseum. Students were great, alumni were better, a lot of this arena was empty. As Kansas State falls to 12-11, 4-7 in the Big 12 now, and Baylor goes to 20-4. Really good Baylor team. K-State played. The good news is they played extremely good first half. Went to the halftime locker room tied at 34. And then they came out in the second half, and we've seen it before, and they stunk. They really stunk early in the second half. They gathered themselves and played reasonably well down the stretch, and losing by 15. Nigel Pack was incredible again. He had a lot of attention paid to him throughout this game. They were all over him, 31 points, and Nigel ends up hitting more than 50% of his shots, 10-19, 4-9 from three. And our Michael Goins noticed that he has now hit a three-pointer in a school record 26 games in a row. That's absolutely incredible. And Mark Smith added 17 points. That's 48 of Kansas State's 60 points. And the next highest score was Luke Kazupke at 4. It gets worse. The rest of the team, not named Pack or Smith, shot 18% from the field, 4 of 22. Dreadful, just absolutely dreadful. You know, it was just one of those games. Marquise Noel got into foul trouble. They played him with 2 fouls in the first half, so that was good. But he quickly got to 4 in the second half. And they just got to have him not just on the floor, but being productive in most of these games when you're playing a really good team. This was an opportunity for K-State, but this certainly wasn't a game I was counting as a victory in any way. In fact, I picked Baylor by 15 when I did Cole Carmody's radio show earlier this week. Didn't go as how I thought, but it ended up at the right score, basically. I really don't know what to say about this game. Baylor's just so much better than Kansas State. It's a bad athletic matchup. They're bigger in the middle. They just kind of handled Kansas State down low with the post play, continues to struggle. And their guards are really quick and get to the basket and make shots. Now, Baylor didn't even play particularly well and still won this game by 15. Yeah, if you're an optimist, this doesn't mean much for Kansas State, other than the fact that it was a missed chance to knock off a top-ranked team. They still have games out there they can win, including Saturday at Iowa State against a Cyclone team that is really struggling a little bit. See if they're struggling enough to give up a home game to Kansas State. I'm not sure about that. I'm doing my math here. I think K-State needs 5 wins to be on the bubble and 6 to be in the tournament between now and the end of the Big 12 tournament. So that means probably they need to win 4 out of their last 7. That's asking a lot. That means they have to defend the home court for the 3 games they have here, including Monday night against West Virginia. They can't give any of those up, and they probably need to steal one. I don't know who it'll be, maybe Iowa State on Saturday, but that would mean they have to sweep Iowa State home and away, which they did last year, and that would make a statement of its own, because Iowa State continues to be very high in the Ken Palm and other rankings despite their recent struggles, and that's just a little oddity of this year, as the Big 12 has been treated with such respect by what they did in the non-conference schedule outside of the SEC Challenge, that just playing in the conference continues to raise everyone's rankings in the computers, and that's just crazy to me. Off they go to Iowa State. They need a win. They can't go win 2 and lose 2 and keep that cycle up, because that is a losing formula for Kansas State. They're not going to get to the number of wins they need. They've got a lot of work to do, and they're going to have to do some damage by beating someone good. Is this team consistent enough to do that? I don't think so. But every time Bruce Weber's up against the wall, he finds a way to just get out of that jam and move on to the next season. We will see what the rest of the season has for these Wildcats, and continue to follow along at GoPowercat.com.